The second you need something that you can't control, a person, a paycheck, a system, you stop being you. And that's what most guys are doing, and they don't even realize it. Dependency is everywhere. Most guys are dependent on their job, their girlfriend, their family, the government, and nobody talks about it because dependency is comfortable. Uh, this video is about why comfort is costing you your identity, your freedom, and your real self. Dependency will kill your authentic self because when you're dependent on someone or something external, your identity kind of wraps around it, and you stop thinking for yourself. You kind of adopt the herd mentality, or whoever's frame that you're in. You kind of adopt what they think, and it robs you of being able to take control of yourself. Epictetus once said, "No man who is free." Let me pull up the quote. "No man is free who is not a master of himself." A lot of the Stoics built their philosophy on that nothing around you is truly yours, and all you can control is what is within you. The external world, everything that you interact with on a day-to-day, it's all rented. The guy who stays in the bad relationship because he's emotionally dependent, he shapes himself around his wife or his girlfriend's moods and behaviors, and he's kind of just seeking approval or walking on eggshells, and it's not a real relationship. It's prison. And the same thing happens with jobs, with debt, and even sometimes with family. But it's not just relationships. It's there's a sneakier form of dependency, and that's financial and systemic dependency. That's kind of the quiet killer. Having one income stream, like that's a kill switch on your freedom. It's gone. Your livelihood's gone. The system, the companies, the government, none of it owes you anything, but when you depend on it, you kind of have to act like it does, and you pray that it pulls through. Let me pull up another quote from Friedrich Nietzsche. He said, real freedom came from, he believed that real freedom came from independence, from constraint, not just physical, but mental. The man who needs the approval of the system to be validated is not free, no matter how comfortable or how great he thinks it is. For example, a company will lay you off with no guilt. Like, it's no sweat off their back. Your landlord could raise the rent quite a bit. The economy could flip. The stock market could crash. If your entire life is built on these outside things, like everything in your life is on these outside things that you cannot control, you're one bad event, one bad week, one bad day from not losing just yourself, or not losing just your stuff, I would say. Your you're going to lose all your stuff, and then you're going to lose who you thought you were. Like that. What does real independence look like then? Independence is not about being the lone wolf or, burning everything down and being the rebel. It's about designing and building a life where you kind of hold the keys, with your skills, your income, your headspace, your mindset, and with your relationships. I got another quote here. Let me pull it up. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Self-reliance always. A man who was the emperor of Rome still woke up every day and reminded himself, your power comes from within, not from the throne." I grabbed that little quote out of some dude who wrote about that on Substack, and that hit different for me. I'm going to read it again. Self-reliance always. And what the guy on Substack said, a man who was the emperor of Rome still woke up every day and reminded himself that your power comes from within. Think about that. A man who controlled one of the world's most powerful empires found his power not from his armies, not from his money, his wealth, his whatever. It's from the internal. Skills travel with you no matter where you go. And, you may get old and they go away, but, multiple income streams. So, no single source owns you. Get into relationships where you can give freely because you choose to, not because you need something back. You shouldn't be in a relationship where you need something. That's why, as a man, you always have to be able to walk away. The goal is not to need nobody. It's to choose people and things from strength, not from desperation or neediness. And here's the honest, check. You're probably dependent on something right now. Everyone is to a degree. But that's not the problem. The problem is being dependent without being aware of your dependency on things. That's how you wake up at 35, 40, 45, 50, however old you get, and you realize you're living someone else's life in some other dude's frame, and that your livelihood and your family could be destroyed in an instant because you have no control. You didn't build the internal. Because when you build the internal, it affects the external. I got another quote. Jean-Paul Sartre, French name, it's hard to pronounce, said, freedom is what you do with what has been done to you. You always have a choice. The question is whether you're just making it or letting dependency make it for you. If this hit, share this with someone who would need to hear it. And